So yeah, let's talk about it. The Oscars, Will Smith, that slap, G.I. Jane 2. Okay, so yeah, it all kicked off at the Oscars, as you know, as you've seen, unless you've been living under a rock. Chris Rock, yeah, he said something, he said a joke, upset Will Smith. Will Smith laughed. Jada Pinkett had a not overly impressed look on her face. Will Smith got up, slapped Chris Rock, walked off stage, swore a bit. Chris Rock looked shocked, but like a man, carried on. So my thoughts on this, let's have a quick talk about it. Okay, first off, fantastic. I mean, you know, that's entertainment for you. The Oscars are generally pretty rubbish anyway. I don't watch them. Not really interested. Not overly interested in who wins. You know, it's a self-flating ceremony for these big knobs and this sort of thing. And what do you expect? I mean, if Ricky Gervais was up there, you know, doing what he does, Jesus Christ. Okay, so did Will Smith overreact? Yes, of course he did. Totally. He should have acted like a man and handled it completely differently. This will come in a minute and I'll talk about the conspiracy theories around it being set up and all that sort of thing, but I'll come to that. So yeah, so Will Smith, it's a difficult one to call, isn't it? Right? Because okay, so Jada Pinkett Smith is suffering with alopecia, hair loss, aren't we all? So she got upset, obviously. She looked upset. She looked like she weren't impressed whatsoever. Will Smith done what he did, protecting her honour, which I can understand to a degree. Although Will Smith and Chris Rock are friends. They are friends. They've got a history together. They played basketball together. They have done with Adam Sandler and all this sort of thing. You know, there is something there in that. That being said, people will say he overreacted and this sort of thing. However, there have been situations with people living with alopecia, young people living with similar sort of conditions who have taken their own life because of it, because of the bullying that they suffer and all this sort of a thing. We don't know what Jada Pinkett Smith is going through with what she's suffering. We don't know the effects that it has had on her, especially in this sort of a business, because looks are everything, aren't they? I mean, just your normal person, your normal average Joe on the street suffering with alopecia, it affects them. It has a negative effect on their mental health. It has people looking at them. It has people talking about them, joking about them, laughing at them, and all this sort of thing. And some people haven't got the armour in life to take that kind of bombardment from people. Obviously, I don't know Jada Pinkett Smith. I don't know how she's handling it and all this sort of thing. Because like I said, you're in an industry where looks are everything. And to be suffering with that, you know, could be detrimental to her mental health. Also, Will Smith, from his perspective, you don't know how he's suffering with it. He's seeing her suffer with it, what she's going through. All this side of thing we don't know. So we don't know if this is built up over time for Will Smith. And he's just needed an outlet and he's used this for that to happen. It happens. There may be something else going on that we're unaware of that has made Will Smith get up and do this. Now I know other people have said, oh, you know, he's going out and hitting Chris Rock, but what she's done to him in the past and all this sort of thing, forget about that, right? He may have forgiven her for that. That's irrelevant to this, okay? This is what this has happened. Now, the other side of it, the conspiracy theory side of it, which is quite interesting, you know, is that it was staged. You know, there's no denying that the Oscars are going downhill. They're not getting the viewers or anything like this they used to. The people just don't care about it because, like I said, it's a self-filleting ceremony. Yeah, it's for these people to come out and give themselves a pat on the back, look how good I'm doing and all this sort of nonsense, right? Not only that, right? Will Smith's acceptance speech for this, what Will Smith got up and said, it's like art imitating life. The character that he played in Richard, King Richard, you know, someone who has to, you know, he goes on about protecting his family, and he's learnt that you've got to protect people and this sort of thing. And then beforehand, he's getting up and slapping Chris Rock because he's learnt this from filming this film, this protection thing, right? And it just reeks of it being a setup. The one thing I'm waiting for is the body language experts. I love that sort of stuff. The body language experts are going to rip this apart. Yeah, they're going to analyse Chris Rock's body language. They're going to analyse Will Smith's body language. They're going to analyse Pinkett Smith's body language while she was there. The bit that gets me is obviously Will Smith was laughing at first at the joke. Then Jada, you know, she didn't look amused, obviously. The camera cut away. We don't see the interaction between the two of them then. We don't know, because, you know, Will Smith's gone from this laughing at a joke to then going up and slapping Chris Rock. So did he see Jada Pinkett and her reaction? Did she say something to him? Was his laugh just like going along with the masses, but then clicked in, realised and what he's got to go and do to defend? We don't know. We didn't see that part. I'd love to see a camera on them then. Sure, there was probably a camera on them, and I'd love to see that, because then we might get a bit more of a full picture of what's happened. But, you know, all in all, event was, well, it was eventful, wasn't it? Chris Rock, he handled it very well. There was a sense of embarrassment from him. He didn't know where to look. He looked off stage at one point, didn't he? We don't know what he was thinking, but all I can say is that he handled it superbly. He came off better than what Will Smith did in this situation. He was more of a man. He acted like more of a man. He didn't retaliate. He just, you know, and then sort of laughed it off, turned it into a bit of a joke, and all that. So yeah, so this slap, fantastic. This is a ceremony that won't be forgotten, obviously, for that reason. But I want to see what comes of it next. Anyway, just my thoughts on it, just a little chat. This is AJ. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Take care all, and goodbye.